Hello, my name is Charles Ngeve, and I'm here to talk to you about the book Nurses Work Issues Across Time and Place. The book Nurses Work Issues Across Time and Place provides an incredible collection of significant history of how nurses worked and how they endured the ever changing economic, social, education, and technological milestone of the 19th century and early 20th century. The book is divided into four sections: who does the work of nursing, section 1; section 2, who pays for the work of nursing, section 3, what is the real work of nursing, section 4, work and knowledge. For section 1, who does the work of nursing? Nursing was primarily reserved for families and neighbors. It was practiced by families on neighbors and on their fellow family mates, and it is very noticeable that today it has grown into institutions and practiced publicly. Section 2: who pays for the work of nursing? The work of nursing was regarded as charitable and as a religious endeavor since nurses in the 19th century, their role was regarded to be nurse at home. A woman was always The woman's place was always known to be at home, so it was very difficult for this image to be changed, this identity to be reshaped into what we now know in modern day nursing. But it is very interesting to see that it was a success. uh, uh, Section 3: what is the real work of nursing? Nurses in the 19th century practiced with awareness of cleanliness, uh, hygiene, rest, and good nutrition. They recognized the importance of care beyond the institutional walls, and they also practiced with diversity, and they provided culturally competent care. Section 4: work and knowledge. This provided information about how the, the nursing profession had evolved over the years. Over the years, it was primitive, practiced at home, then it was institutionalized, then there was evidence-based practice and research, there was an introduction of critical thinking skills, and also uh, there was also an indoctrination of specific ideals and codes of conduct and standards of care which was needed to bring the nursing profession to what we know it to what we know today. Serving as a pedagogy, history as a pedagogy. The book aimed to reshape our identity and to reshape the nursing identity by carving out the picture of nursing education, training, and practice in a world where women were not allowed to have a working profession. The actual work of nursing was practiced by family and women, but now it is practiced by males who came in particularly in times of pandemics. And though they came in the form of slaves, they were instrumental in reshaping the identity of nursing. They also The book also shaped thinking by allowing the information of training schools in hospitals for the improvement of quality and safety. This training in hospitals later transitioned to classes as we know it today for further training of the theoretical and then implementation of the clinical in hospital settings. Um, as Still as a pedagogy, the book allowed for exploration by providing a forward view of the nursing profession with the use of schools and the reliance on research to guide practice. The book serves as an evidence by bearing witness. It confirmed nursing education as a necessity to improve the future generations of the profession. A quote in the book says, "Theory fortifies the practical, practice stimulates and retains the theoretical." So this was voiced by Agnes Brennan in the 19th century, and her aim was to bring the nursing profession together. That is the classroom part of it and the clinical part of it as one, because she realized that that was essential for the growth of the nursing profession. The the book also gave voice by demonstrating a day-to-day nursing practice as it was in the 19th century without quoting it and allowing for improvement. It allowed us to look at how nurses practiced in the 19th century with crude tools, and we realized we needed innovation, we needed technological advancement, and we needed to improve on evidence-based practice and research. The book also dispels myth. It dispels the myth that nursing can continue to function as an assistant profession without evidence-based practice. And I agree with it because uh, there was a realization that there was a need for critical thinking. There was a need for critical thinking, and there was also a need to store enough data from the nursing profession that we can use as a backup to govern our practice. That's why, and looking at today's practice, is very evident that there is research in our practice and evidence-based practice. This kind of information can govern the standard of care we provide in the hospitals today. As an explanation, the book provides a context by facilitating a better reflection on current issues and systems for clearer understanding of the past historical perspectives, such as the role played by government interventions and politics in affairs of nursing. In section 4, several nursing advocates advocate for the professionalization of nursing. For example, Agnes Brennan uh, mentioned that the theory and skills of, of, of nursing is very essential and should be brought together. This is an example of how we provided a context from which to move forward. The book explains the present by acting as an overarching conceptual framework that allows for a deeper research to promote nursing. It acted as a point of reflection for today's nursing researchers to build from previous experiences. It provides a way to look forward. A quote says in the book, "Historical amnesia is dangerous. Memory is necessary. We need to know who we are if we have any hope of moving forward." And it is very best explained with uh, uh, a speech by Frances Reuter. The book explains that in the 19th century, she was responsible for coining the term clinician nurse in 1966. And she clarified she was the first person to coin the term clinical nurse. And she clarified that the nurse is not just a practitioner assistant, but also a collaborator and coordinator of events between multiple different with, and the nurse collaborates and communicates in a highly skilled manner with many different members of the healthcare team in order to ensure the care for clients.